Greetings, Pod fans. It is day 6 of Pod Fajita. Pod videos himself every day in April, and that means it's competition day. I'm going to move from here. This actually kind of sucks. Sitting on the floor, much more comfortable, probably off-center, but hi, it's the 6th, which means it's competition day, but it's not actually. I tried to do a pretty good job at this on the very first day of this Podvidia. Did I say Podvidia at the start? I've been driving for like an hour and a half, and it's very warm in here. There's a huge window behind you, and this place is very hot. It is a very warm day in the country of Ireland right now. So, yeah, I am in Limerick. It is currently the 5th. And as I mentioned on the first day, I do my best to get these done before the actual day, which does defeat the purpose. I understand. Pod videos himself every day in April, but I'm videoing myself the day before the day that I'm videoing myself for in April. But I don't really care. I've been doing this for so long. It is just Pod uploads a video every day in April, but that wouldn't really have the same ring to it. So Pod videos himself every day in April is the thing. Yes. I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. This morning I was super duper, not stressed, but like excited and nervous, and I always feel that in my stomach. So yeah, I woke up fairly early at like 5:30. I was just hanging out with the dog. Took him to the park a little while later, and then I left home at around 1 p.m. Went and got myself food and snacks, and now it is 3:10. So it took me about an hour and a half to drive. The weather is gorgeous, and I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, but like a thing, because there was a comment on day 1, and I wrote it down in my notes from Bubbly Banjax. It's Bubbles. Hi, Bubbles. Just asking for a reminder on how good Dungeons and Daddies is. If you don't know, Dungeons and Daddies is like my favorite podcast. It is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Season 1 is where they are all dads from our world transported into the Forgotten Realms, the Dungeons and Dragons world, and they're there to get back their sons. And there's hijinks that ensue. Season 2 is they are the grandkids of the original dads, and season 3 now is different. I'm actually not even up to date because sometimes my brain just kind of stops and builds up a backlog, and yeah, I need to watch it. However, what I was listening to is one of their Patreon things, one of the Patreon bonuses. So I am a subscriber to their Patreon because I think they're really good and they deserve the money, and I think that the stuff that they do behind the paywall is actually really, really good. And yeah, so what I was listening to was an episode of Kingdom Dad Monster. So there's a board game called Kingdom Death Monster, and it is this insane, it's like Dungeons and Dragons style combat. There's settlement building. There's generations and generations of things, and it's super brutal. It's super death. The rules are super crunchy, if you know what that means. It's like crunchy rules is just like following it to the letter. It's very this is what happens. You die, sozzles. But yeah, it's this crazy board game that there's so much to it, and it's really weird because this is a completely audio version of listening to it, and they managed to make it interesting. They managed to make listening to people play a board game interesting. Because, there's actual board game miniature parts to this, and the combat is properly this character is here, so they're this amount away, and blah, blah, blah. But it is very, very good. So, Bubbles, if you were looking for a reminder that they're really good, I know that it can be annoying, having to pay for content. However, if you like Dungeons & Dragons things, if you like Dungeons & Daddies, I would recommend looking into the Patreon, because the stuff that they have back there, the miniseries and all of that kind of stuff, is really good. And I'm really enjoying their Kingdom Death Monster thing. Is really freaking cool. Also, I guess this is a good time to mention that I went to see them in October, They did a European tour and they came to Ireland. So back in October, I travelled up to Dublin, all the way, wow. And yeah, I saw them live and it was amazing. It was so much fun. I had such a great time. There was like announcements saying don't take any photos or videos, so I didn't because I'm a good rule following boy. Yep. But yeah, it was great. I was having a little bit of an anxious time at the time. Just anxiety kicks up and whatever. So I left. Basically, after the show, there would have been like potential to meet the people and have a great time, whatever. But I was alone, and I don't know if you know this, but I get anxious. Also, I forgot to mention I got a haircut and my beard done yesterday, so looking a lot less wild man, which is very nice because lifting tomorrow, and I like looking my bestest. But yes, Dungeons and Daddies is a very good podcast. It's very good. I have now been listening to it because it was like April 21, I think. No, one of those. It was one of the. I think it might have been April 22 that I started listening to them, maybe. But yeah, very good. I've been listening to them since. They are a properly crazy, fun, funky group of people who make good content. I've been recommending them since I started listening to them. And yeah, I would recommend it if you're into Dungeons and Dragons podcasts at all. It's very, very fun. It's very good. They're very good storytellers. But yeah, I think that's about as much as I'm going to talk about today. Tomorrow we compete. I might, if I feel like it, record another episode here because I have nothing to do really this evening. I'm just going to be relaxing, so I'm going to edit this, see how I'm feeling, and I might record another one because then that means that I have something ready to go for Monday, and then that would mean that it's like Tuesday that I actually talk about the competition, but we'll see. My main reasoning is after competition tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to record and edit and upload something to have it ready for Monday, and I could just, make something on Monday and upload it later in the day, but I am really enjoying every video so far has gone out at 7 a.m. on that day of April, and it's nice. It just kind of starts off the day. People wake up with pod, depending on what time they wake up. But yeah, I hope that you were having a great day. I am absolutely loving the warmth, and I'm probably going to go for a walk in a while because the sun is out, and that is strange for Ireland. But yeah, have a nice day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Slán.